Hi guys, welcome to Danny the Don. The Don here for a preview of the Premier League match between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. Today we've only got one guest, but this one guest matters. Well, you'd like to think he matters. It is my co-host and the creator of the channel. It's Phil the Daddy Highgate. Hello Phil.
You alright, Graham?
Hi Phil. So first off, obviously your reaction from last game. First of the season for Pat. Yes, it's a great result on paper. But do you still be a bit cautious because obviously they were down to 10 men and they didn't have their strongest team out? Or do you go, well, no, you beat what's in front of you and you feel that that's giving you the confidence boost now to crack on and win more games?
So yeah, just summing up the Tottenham game. Most importantly, it's a win and a much welcome 3 points for Patrick. So I know there's people that are going to look at it and say, look at the team, look at the red card, to sort of like dampen the fact that we won. Obviously for us on paper it's a fantastic win and I was over the moon to get the 3 points there because I was sort of thinking the draw would have been acceptable, but yeah, to get 3 points, absolutely fantastic. And this might sound a bit harsh here, but if you're going to come to Selhurst Park, field that team and expect not to lose, then that's tough shit for you really. You come there with a team that you think can do the job. I know there was issues, I know there was COVID isolations and stuff needed, but you still bring a team and you try and do a job. Obviously, if you can't do that, then it's no skin off of our nose, is it? We can just beat what is put in front of us. Although, like going forwards, we shouldn't be thinking, oh yeah, we've just smashed Tottenham, we can go and smash everyone. We have to be realistic that that was a soft win. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's a soft win or not. We've gone out there with a team we think can win. Spurs went out with a team they think that can win. After 20 minutes, we realised there wasn't a threat and we dominated them even before the red card, and we got what we deserved from that game.
So with that said, is the limp dick completely fixed now, or will it reoccur throughout the season? Or does it, as the medicine really work the trick for the limp dick?
Yeah, well on paper it looks like it, doesn't it? But basically that Pat's applied the ointment, it's done the job, and he's wasted no time playing with his new toy. Just hope he's not going to use it all up in one go, because we've got Liverpool and Virgil van Dijk at the weekend, so we're going to have to see how it holds up against that. But for the time, I think he's happy enough with how we're performing now, not firing blanks like we were at the start of the season. Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if we couldn't score against Liverpool, because a lot of teams do struggle, but overall for the season, I think goals won't be an issue as much as it looked after the first two games.
So new signing Edouard was off the mark this weekend. 2 goals, one straight off the bench and one near the end. I think he only played 15 minutes maybe. How do you rate him so far? I know it's only been again 15 minutes, but 2 goals. Is there now optimism that he'll get 10 to 15 and have enough to keep you away from relegation? And also, do you expect him to start this weekend instead of Benteke?
Yeah, Edouard came off the bench, made an instant impact and took both of his goals. Brilliant. Sort of what we were looking for is someone that just knows how to find a goal and is in sort of confidence. He's been knocking in quite a few goals up north. Although I have criticised that league quite openly in the past, it's still someone that regularly finds the net, which obviously at Palace we haven't done sort of consistently. So it's someone who's come in, he's got confidence. It's only a small sample. Is he going to be able to do that against a team from the start? They were down to 10 men, the game was stretched, they were chasing the game to try and get an equaliser, and he knocked those 2 goals in. So you've got to look at it realistically, that the way the game went, it was made easier for him, but he did take the 2 chances well. I wouldn't start him against Liverpool because, again, like against a team we're probably not going to create much against. Is he going to have opportunities to score? Can he hold the ball up? Can he be a target man like Benteke? I would probably just go with the same formation, same personnel, and see how the game goes and whether he can come on and just be an impact player again, and maybe look to bring him in for the Brighton and Leicester games.
So obviously it's not an easy game to play Liverpool. What threats do they bring? Obviously they bring a lot. Any players in particular you want to point out that Palace need to neutralise if they're going to have any success or any way of getting any sort of result from Anfield?
Obviously, you've already pointed out this is going to be a difficult challenge for us. In terms of singling out one man, I think even the most diehard Palace fan will admit, if you're going to go man for man with Liverpool, I think pretty much all 11 players beat our 11 players one-on-one. So there's probably not one Palace player that could beat his counterpart, if that makes sense. So to highlight one of them, we've still got the other 10 to worry about, because we're worse off man for man, if, like I said, yeah. But if there was one way to isolate someone and try to get something out of the game, I would say maybe Mo Salah. I've seen in games before when he gets sort of double teamed and bullied and kept quiet, he can sometimes drop his head and sulk a little bit, and then that affects the rest of the team. So if I was in Patrick's shoes, I'd be trying to target Mo Salah, try and get his head down, just try and disrupt the team and rhythm a little bit if we could.
So how do you approach the game, and how do you see it panning out, for Palace? And obviously, be honest here, I know you want to support Palace, but is this going to be a very hard game to get anything from?
Look, at the end of the day, there are levels in football, and we'd be silly to think there wasn't. And I can pretty much guarantee you we will get as much out of that game as Liverpool will allow us to get. So if Liverpool turn up and they play their best and we turn up and play our best, we'll be losing that game. So if Liverpool turn up and they're not quite firing on all cylinders, then we can look to take advantage of that. But all I could ask for the boys is to go out there, make it competitive, try their best, don't give up if we go 1 or 2 nils down, just keep going and keep it competitive, don't be a pushover.
Okay, Phil, so what's your score prediction, Liverpool versus Crystal Palace?
In terms of the scoreline, obviously it depends on how long we can keep them quiet for, because I'm pretty sure we're going to go there sort of backs to the wall to defend and hold on for the point for as long as we can. If they score quite early, it could get messy like it did at the end of last season, but I think we can keep them quiet for long enough. I think we can keep it competitive in places, but I do think Liverpool are going to be a bit too strong for us, and I can see them winning this one 3-1.